I mean, relying on Amon-Ra. Amon-Ra's kind of cemented himself as one of those top elite wide receiver ones, which a lot of people had questions with entering the season. And then obviously Jameer Gibbs, he was a guy that when they drafted him eighth overall, they're like, was that the right pick? Should they have gone after someone else? Was
Yeah.
that the right pick there? Obviously, Jack Campbell, another guy they had questions with. Sam Laporta, another guy. So, I mean, with all the questions that they had with the Lions entering the season, are they legit? Should they be in the Super Bowl bubble? Well, you went out there. You are now still in the mix for that one seed with the 49ers going down. You have a great run game. You have a great receiving core with Amon-Ra, with Josh Reynolds, with Jameson Williams, Sam Laporta stepping up. Their defense, their offensive line. Their defense can be spotty. It's still a young team, but overall, the Lions making their first division title, and now I think their next step in erasing that curse is going out first round, getting that playoff win, getting that off their back.
Yeah, and I feel like people aren't appreciating just how historic this season is for the Detroit Lions. Like, you are literally witnessing history in front of you, and you want to sit there and nitpick a couple games where Jared Goff had
Mhm.
3 turnovers. Like, hello, this is a team that hasn't won the division since 1993. This is a team that was
Mhm.
down in the dumpster. This was a city of Detroit where crime was running rampant, and then all of a sudden they've reduced the crime rate single-handedly. That's how bad the Detroit Lions have been, and that's how much it means for their city last year. And then they started 1-7 last season, almost go on a run and make the playoffs. You still have people doubting them, still have people that didn't pick them to win the division yet this year.
Mhm.
But this is a team that's gone out there and then they've proven it. And then, like, sure, they're 11-4. They're right on pace with the Cowboys, who have had bad games, who have lost to the Arizona Cardinals. They're still on pace to the San Francisco 49ers, who can't beat any team that's not the Steelers in the AFC so far this year. And then they've still gone out there week in, week out, gone up against tough competition, and then they've showed that grit, they've showed that toughness, and people aren't appreciating it, but you're seeing history being created right in front of your eyes here. And then they're taking that momentum into the playoffs and in a Super Bowl bubble where if you have a home playoff game where the Cowboys have scored half as many points on the road this year, you have
Mhm.
affiliate Philadelphia Eagles team that seems like they've lost their way since last year. You lost Shane Steichen. You lost Murph from Impractical Jokers. He's in Arizona now. And then you have a San Francisco 49ers team who lost 3 offensive linemen on the game in Monday night. And they're
Mhm.
now shuffling around and playing kind of offensive ring around the rosies. We don't know if our main starters are going to be there in the playoffs, which is advantage Lions because then Aiden Hutchinson gets to tee off on Brock Purdy. And then Brock Purdy also had a little bit of an injury scare on Monday Night Football as well. So have all those factors. And then Jared Goff has been to a Super Bowl. He's done it before. Has
Mhm.
Dak Prescott been to a Super Bowl? Has he done it before?
Nope.
No. Jalen Hurts is the only other quarterback in the playoffs besides Matthew Stafford that's been there, done it, and got it done in the playoffs.
Yeah. And here's context for the Lions as well. 1993. What was the different world? Well, let's see. Bill Clinton was president. This is before he was on Epstein's list, so that's something there. We have Nirvana, who was still making music then, and Kurt Cobain was still alive.
Wow.
Jurassic Park had yet to be coming out, and as we
Damn.
know, so we're talking about a different time, different era. This is when we had way less debt on our national clock, so much different world. Donald Trump was bankrupt at that point,
Yeah.
getting over things there. So much different world. The Lions are back in it. They're looking to reverse the curse, and I'm excited to be a part of the bandwagon. We were on it way earlier than everybody else, and I'm excited here. I definitely think that they can make the NFC title game, and depending on who they match up with, potentially make the whole dance.